I will apologize from the very beginning here. I'm just done recording. It went to a lot of freaking time that it should not have been. I thought this video here, 1 hour long, was going to be short as addition, but Jesus Christ, it already gave me a headache. The video is, now that I look back on it, insane. Joe is reaching far and wide, giving no evidence for anything. He's showing nothing. He's claiming you should trust him and only him, and only what he brings as evidence and nothing else. That's a spoiler for the video. Now you choose whether or not of how much of my video you watch. That is your decision. I don't care. I just want the entire video to be out there because I'm proving Joe wrong multiple times. Joe is doing this. Where is it? I have it there. Joe is doing this here, elusive truth effect. The tendency to believe false information to be correct after repeated exposure. Joe is doing that, the entire thing, throughout this video here. Just want to spoil that section.
Hey guys, it's Joke Blerp back again.
And as trusted sidekick, I can do better because I can, and let me show you why.
I'm going to retool my original video that I was going to do in response to Locktar.
You're gonna retool? No idea what that means.
Sort of longer-awaited video that I'm editing. That's like over 2.5 hours long.
You promised that video 3 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry. Nah, stop. 3 weeks ago, you promised that video.
Decided to scrap pretty much most of it. I'm just going to stick
Because you didn't have any evidence, I guess.
to one of the core sections of the video, and I'm going to redo part of it now.
You're gonna stick to one of the core sections. Please don't cherry pick. Because it needs to be valid then. Cherry picking things and then saying it's not, and then being able to deny it as valid is, as evidence is making it invalid.
And then I'm just going to combine it with the other stuff, and hopefully it'll be somewhere around 40 minutes long or something like that. And I'll just have that as the video, just so I can get rid of this video and all the footage related to it off of my hard drive. And
all the footage related to it off your hard drive by you having more videos about me than you have of Hunt Showdown. Because you have had a crap ton of Hunt Showdown videos, just saying.
move on to other videos and stuff like that. So I'm basically going to go through a step-by-step analysis of this particular clip. The one.
Okay, so cherry pick.
This is a clip that Locktar has chosen.
No, that is a clip of many others that I have chosen from your own gameplays. What I did was expand this and then go through the different things. Joe, nothing else.
I wouldn't use it.
You wouldn't use it as what?
Especially, but this is going to be about essentially showing why Locktar's straw man of me is not valid criticism.
Strawman of you. Strawman out my eyes. Strawman fallacies. Substituting a person's actual position or argument with a distorted, exaggerated, or misrepresented version of the position of the argument. So, position or argument with a different position or with a different position of the argument. Strawman of you. How?
Criticism, and it's just a form
Oh, wait. The fact that you're not an anti-cheater, just here for clout.
of mockery, and his channel is
I'm not mocking you.
fallacious.
You're mocking me. I have evidence of that. In and of itself. You are calling me a loctard, referencing retard. My name does not have D in it.
And of me is not valid criticism, and it's just a form of mockery, and his channel is fallacious.
My channel is fallacious. Your entire channel is defamation of character. Your channel is illegal according to actual law in the real world, not online.
Very cool. So we're just going to watch this part here. And of course, this is the section is, what are you looking at? So this person just like looks into this wall for a large amount of time, and there's no information that there's anybody around at this point.
There's no evidence that they were looking into the wall for a large amount of time. They were slowly picking the different items,
Anyway,
slowly
and they
moving
just
back
stay
and
there and
forth.
wait, looking, thing. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we come to this blackboard here.
That section there, I already looked through. I added what he wrote plus extra.
We're going to go point 1, looking into wall for no reason. Likely wall hacks, really. Right, and I'm just going to put a +1 here.
I couldn't read that, so what I did was this.
Are there any other reasons that would suggest that it's not wall hacks? Something in real life could have happened, right? Like they were taking a drink in real life. Yeah, I mean it's possible, right? They could have just looked that way, took the hand off of their mouse, was drinking, having a little bit of a yawn, a bit of an arm stretch. Nothing had to happen. Just a bit of respite, right? That's perfectly reasonable. So we'll go -1. So that
So taking a drink, yawning, armrest, stretching, 4 different things that could have happened in real life. 4 different things that indicates not wall hack. Please add the 4 things.
puts this first reason here why they're looking to the wall at a cumulative value of 0.
Okay, so you're already fabricating things. You're not actually being honest about it. That's why I did this. They could have gotten a phone call, -1. Their parent could call them, -1. A maid came over, -1. Fix their positioning, aka on the chair. Let me do this. On the chair, -1. We have +1, then we have 0. Then we have -1, -2, -3, -4. That is a total of cumulative of -4. You are being dishonest. Nothing new about that.
This weird where they're looking at the wall again, but nothing too suspicious really. I mean, it does look like they're just plain straight looking at the wall, but
Okay, so nothing too suspicious about it. Why are you then highlighting it?
we'll just ignore that. We'll just assume that they're just moseying around and they're not really up to anything. Now, this was originally what I thought was a name lock here.
Okay, what? Don't make it your own opinion. Don't make it like I cannot have evidence for it.
It's like you can't see, originally it looked really blatant that
Okay, so you can't really see. Originally, it looked blatant. Like, okay, you have no evidence for it. That's what you're saying. You can't really see it. You have no evidence for it.
they'd locked onto somebody that was around here. I was seeing it in 240 frames per second, and you're already seeing it.
This is the difference of what 240 frames per second does versus 60 frames per second. For a character moving. It only makes it more smooth. This here, when you're playing Fortnite, look at when he's changing the direction of the mouse, the camera, the aim. The entire screen is moving. The slightest correction of the aim with a lock doing this and then that would change the entire screen. What does Joe Blue do?
It's like you can't see, originally it looked really blatant that they'd locked
Originally, it looked really blatant that they locked over here, but the screen does not move whatsoever.
onto somebody that was around here. I was
And I'm just adding up numbers that has absolutely nothing to do with it.
seeing it in 240 frames per second, and you're already seeing it 60. So I'm seeing it like 3 times the amount of animation.
Absolutely irrelevant because it doesn't affect the movement of the player's smoothness. It affects the smoothness of the entire screen because that's how aim works in first person and third person shooters.
In that brief little moment that looks like nothing in this clip. It
So it should be the blink of a moment, of a second, basically. Fabricating.
240 frames. It looked like they'd locked momentarily onto
Now you're just appealing to repetition as truth. It's not. It's not. You don't have any evidence for it.
somebody through the wall. Let's play some audio here on this little bit, this section
Okay, what's that audio gonna be doing?
here. What you looking at? Where are you looking at?
He got a phone call right there. He stopped, picked the phone from the pocket, put the phone on the shoulder, and talking now.
What are you looking at? And there is footsteps heard here, I think. You
And there is footsteps there, you think.
can hear footsteps, I think. Yeah. And there is footsteps heard here, I think. You can hear footsteps, I think.
You say you can or can't. It's difficult to hear when you're pausing your own videos.
Yeah. Okay, so there's footsteps there. There is somebody there to the right.
That's over here now.
And it looked like that little, like,
It does not match the sound, Joe. What the actual...
looked like a brief little lock on there. Now, it doesn't look like...
No, there is no lock. The entire screen would change. Also, you are now pausing earlier than you did before. See, funny enough, Joe, video evidence. If we have this one here, I'm gonna add that, and then we go to your own. I'm not gonna play the sound on here. And then there. Let's put them next side by side. Hey. Whee. Something ain't right. You can't barely see the same amount. You are fabricating evidence. You are fabricating evidence. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. Whee.
like much in 60 FPS, but it does look like it did look blatant at 200 FPS because you can't
It's so blatant you cannot even find the correct position. Find the correct time in the video.
see it.
That's
I'm
how
going to ignore
blatant
this
it is.
point, and it's just not valid as a
Okay, it's not valid. So why did you waste our time with it?
point of evidence because you just can't see what I saw at the time. It's not admissible as evidence.
Then you shouldn't have added it.
Was that a lock on there? Did he lock onto the dude around the corner?
You even mention it like so much more, and you want him to be locking on, but the camera is not doing shit.
It looked a little bit like he might have locked onto somebody there.
No, it didn't.
Footsteps left. So footsteps right. You just hear somebody on the right.
Footsteps left, footsteps right. Can you decide?
See, he moved up. See, it's a little bit strange there. It's just
Absolutely nothing strange about that. This here is the in-game sound indicator.
come back a little bit. Because they turn to that corner at the exact moment that the footsteps happen. It's not
Nope, that's a coincidence. Let me show you. I'm just going to use your own video because I don't play Fortnite myself. Joke Blerp, the anti-cheater, Fortnite ranked journey day 7. This here is you playing. You have footsteps indicator down here and down there, over there. If you then move your camera towards them, these here are going to change in a circle around your aim. What he's doing here is doing the exact same thing. He's figuring out where the footstep indicators are, in which direction. If he aims directly towards it, it's going to be like... Wah, wah. That's how it's going to do when you are aiming over where the position is. You can see how it's changing the direction. That even there, see how fast it changes direction just simply because you go across it, Joe. I'm going to slow it down because it actually does change quite fast. The chest here is a sound indicator. There's a chest somewhere here. You're basically not moving forward whatsoever. And see how the chest indicator is changing dependent on where you're aiming? That's what's happening right here. That did not change.
not like they heard the footsteps and turned to it. They were already turning in the direction of the footsteps as the
No, you want that to be happening. That's not what's actually happening.
footsteps were happening. That right there, that's the suspicious aim log right.
No, it's not. It's absolutely not. What he's doing right there is aiming in the direction of the sound indicator, which you don't have in spectate. So he's aiming in the direction to see where the footsteps are, see how much he needs to correct his aim.
There.
And that was nothing. It wasn't even a lock on.
That's what happening. That right there, that's the suspicious aim log right there.
Not really. He's doing this, seeing if the movement is changing, and then doing that back there to look like a third-person shooter. Absolutely nothing suspicious about it. He had the
That's the one. That's the aim snap, right? All of the other, like, looking over there, there was footsteps. They were looking in the direction of footsteps. But these two looks to the right, there was no footsteps. And this one here, there's literally no footsteps for this particular looking straight.
day 5. I could actually just have gone that one. Day 5. 24 minutes. Right. I'm sorry. That should have been an aim log according to Joe. He's simply just checking if the footsteps have changed. It's not a lock or anything whatsoever. Now he's testing whether or not there's someone camping there. What he's doing wrong, however, is aiming over at the stair, being ready. What he should have done is just sit here. Change his view over there. It's a third person shooter.
Oh.
Exactly like that. Had he, as I said, stop there, change the camera over, he would have seen the person. Approximately in this side here of the camera. How do I know? Because he's literally doing it right here. Now you cannot see the entrance. Now you can. He's sitting and looking at the edge of the stair, the whatever that is, and then looking down there without exposing himself. He can do that everywhere there is. Okay, what are you gonna call it, Joe?
Directly through this wall. Okay, so let's go number 2 again.
Okay, so we're writing again.
Looking into wall with no indication to do so. Now, Locktar's argument here is they were looking to cover the angle. So we'll go +1 here. Again, just put WH for wall hacks here.
With no, what are you writing?
Again, looking into wall with no indication to do
Indication. Okay, sorry. Sorry.
so. Now, Locktar
With no indication to
with no indication to do so. Now,
do so. Okay. To do so. +1.
Locktar's argument here is they were looking to cover the angle. So
Yes, they were looking against me. They were looking to cover the angle. -1. I don't have it anymore. I actually don't remember where I made that video. Not that one. That was 6. 5. You know what? It's going to be better to do this. Well, let's go further.
is they're covering the angle. They are covering the angle. -1. My response to this would be, what angle? Like, what angle? It's like, this is the
What angle? Oh, I don't know. You know, the angle called footsteps indicators.
vault area, right? There's no access into this vault area except this corridor here. They know there's nobody there. There's no angle to cover. No one's
Footsteps indicators.
going to be in that room, right? The only access to this vault is down this corridor. Now,
Footsteps indicators indicate what direction the person is, as I showed on your own video with the chest.
even if you could say that because they're paranoid, if they're paranoid, all they've got to do is cover this angle. They've got
Footsteps indicators.
nowhere else to look. If there's somebody on the right, they're going to peek this angle here. Move from the left, they're going to come from the other side. And he knows that there's footsteps over this side.
No. He has the footstep indicator.
There's no reason for him to turn and basically lock on
There is a reason for him to turn and basically say directly where the footstep indicators are.
on the direct line of where that person is through
You have absolutely no evidence that it's the direct line.
the wall when they should just be watching for them to peek around the
That's what he's doing right now.
corner. Right, what angle?
So that is the angle he's covering. That angle. Now, you say I claim this is the angle, right? Let's find my video saying it. Joe wanted to make this out to be me misrepresenting him. Now, I actually didn't say this here was him holding the angle. I said that was holding the angle. But he's using the footstep indicators in, and that's what I'm saying in this video. Now, I made this video here. Yeah. See, I have so many clips about Joe saying that he's just intentionally lying and misrepresenting everything.
And you can hear footsteps, I think.
I sped up his clip. You think
Was that a lock on there? Did he lock onto the dude around the corner?
nothing
It looked a
happened?
little bit,
No, he didn't.
a little bit like he might have locked onto somebody there.
But no. This, I will show this clip here. And then keep in mind the sentence, what are you looking at? Should be over in just a bit. Yes.
Oh, the other dude's cheating though. He's cheating for stats.
Okay, he's cheating. But what you're looking at. I've not sped this one up.
Shields and heals and stuff.
I've not sped it up. The other one was quite far. This one here is not as long. But what are you looking at, Joe? What are you looking at? Why are you faking going over there? Why and faking going over there? You still have a look on the fountain itself. Again, still a look at the fountain. Why are you faking? Still a look at the fountain. The fountain is right there. You're still looking directly at the fountain. What are you looking at? Looking at the fountain. Faking it. Faking it. Looking at the fountain. Hiding because of the fountain. You have absolutely no footstep indicators. You don't hear any footstep. You have no sign of gunfire. That's a player. See, that's double standard, Joe. So, my video is 1 month old. Reality about Joe Blue, the anti-cheat. He can claim everyone else are cheating, while he himself absolutely has no indication that this guy here is there. Previously, there was a fight here. Yes, you heard it earlier in his video. But what are you looking at, Joe? The player there with your wall hack? Okay.
Say that because they're paranoid. If they're paranoid, all they've got to do is cover
They're covering the angle.
this angle. They've got nowhere else to look. If there's somebody on the right, they're going to peek this angle here. Move from the left, they're going to come from the other side. And he knows that there's footsteps over this side. There's no reason for him to turn and basically lock on the direct line of where
I already explained that it's because of the footstep indicators to make sure that you have a precise indication of where the enemy is. Is he upstairs, downstairs? Is he directly in front of you? Is he to a certain degree, left or right or whatever. It's gonna be like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
That person is through the wall when they should just be watching for them to peek around the corner. Right, what angle? Question mark. They should be covering the corridor. So
Supporting. Ah, okay, he added. They should be covering the... Is that 2 corridor? Like that?
plus 1. So there's no reason to look on that angle. There's no foot.
You know, footstep indicators -1. Against that angle at the corridor, which they are covering, -1.
Around the corner. Right, what angle? Question mark. They to look on that angle. There's no footsteps happening at the time when they look in that direction, and there's
Nope, that were previously.
no reason to look in that direction. So this would suggest wall hacks or lock.
It would not suggest wall hacks. This here is manipulating facts because you don't actually go with what's realistic. It's appeal to ignorance.
Locking on with an aimbot. So this
There is absolutely no indication of lock on. You are saying, well, I cannot show you, so you just need to believe me.
is +1. There's no other way.
No, it's not. See, I'm writing the sentences, and you're just magically adding +1 as if it's gonna do anything. No, 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 no. Total equals -1. Total cumulative? Cumulative? Is that how it's actually is pronounced? No clue.
There's no other arguing around it. Like there's no reason to look.
There is. You paused the correct position, Joe. He's covering the angle. Ta-da! Which basically nullifies that one there in itself. So this one here should be a 0. But you're then saying that
So
you're then saying I'm talking about this one here, which gives me another one. So that's -1 for you.
to do lucky photos. There are
Um,
+1. Now we
I'm
need to
sorry
go
about that.
back a little bit. Actually, I just remembered. We need to go back
You just remembered.
to the very beginning of this section where this
This is a completely different person.
first person is first seen. We're gonna mute this, right? So this person here is waiting here around this corner.
What are you looking at? What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Mm-hmm.
Right?
Congratulations.
They flick open the door.
Because someone might be sitting in the room over here, spamming their vision on the door because of footsteps indicators.
And then they do not come through the door.
Caution. Paranoia.
0.3. This really should be 0.1, but whatever.
No, it shouldn't. It should be 0.3 because you're talking about the same person prolonging for why they have wall hacks. What are you then saying? Let's go for it.
Opened door, didn't go through. Didn't go through. Right, so they opened, didn't go through. Suggests knowledge of player location. Knowledge of P, we'll just put P there. So +1. Is there another explanation for this? Well, they've killed the boss. They've got the medallion, so they've probably picked up the medallion. At the very least, they can see the medallion's dropped on the floor. They might even be holding the medallion. Can we tell?
The medallion was right there. It popped out. It's right there, floating. So yes, you can tell. Please be honest, Joe. Please be honest. Oh, I muted. Sorry.
Excellent. Can we tell? So they were holding the medallion, so they knew that the person was there, right? So they knew.
So there's a reason why, which means this one here is already nullified. You don't have a point for that one. There is nothing there. That one there is already nullified. It is not supporting wallhack whatsoever. In fact, adding that as a supportive evidence because the enemy is holding the medallion is fabricating evidence.
They knew they had the medallion. They had the medallion, right? -1, so we've got 0 here. But it does prove that I'm aware that by opening that door, they did have extra knowledge that the player was there. So my instinct is correct. My analysis is correct. But there is
What? Wait, what? Yes, they had knowledge the player was there because the medallion had not moved. Meaning, the player did not run upstairs because of the medallion not moving from where the boss died.
a legitimate in-game reason for that. Right, so 4. So when they
Yes, there was a legitimate in-game reason for it, meaning you're fabricating evidence. Okay, I will do that. +1. Total equals 0. Whatever.
come around the corner. So when they come around the corner, right there, let's go back.
Yes.
Let's
That is how you're playing.
play.
At least be honest, please, Joe. Please, please, please be honest. Please be honest.
Right, look at that, right? Let's go back. Can we go back frame? Yeah, we go. Like their face is locking directly.
Nope. Their face is turned in the direction of the open corridor. You can see it at them. You have this entire opening here. If I go forward into the video, you can see the entire corridor they're sitting at here. They're sitting at the corridor here. They're sitting over here, the white person. They are looking at the entire corridor. Joe? So are you fabricating more evidence?
On to the
No,
player.
not perfectly on.
Like their face is always looking directly where they are on this corner.
Nope, their face is looking directly at the opening to make sure the person is not there. Normally, you hold the angle that supports you, which means it would be retarded to sit in the other side. Right there, the face is literally. When you do it here, when you do it now, you do it twice there. When you do it there, you're indicating that they are facing.
So
Where do I get it?
right, and they turn
You're indicating they are facing over here.
again.
That's annoying.
Right, and they lock on.
You're indicating they're facing over here, not here, Joe. So you yourself are actually showing in your own videos that you are fabricating evidence. Wow.
And then they just come in, bang, 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 bang. Look,
Because the other enemy was shooting at them. They were actually looking at the opening of the corridor down there because there were not coming anyone from the stairs, the opposite direction of the corridor where they were entering from. Supporting.
looking at player as
Looking at. I need to write that. Looking at player as
they turned around
they
the corner.
turned
The corner.
around
So
the
+1. Yeah. Maybe they're just
corner.
looking at the corner. Maybe they're just
+1.
holding the angle of the corner. Maybe holding angle.
Against. Maybe. Oh, holding angle of the corner.
Of the corner as they travel around. Whatever.
As they travel around. And then he dismissed it by saying, whatever.
-1, so we'll put this as a 0.
That is 0. Total equals 0.
Right, okay, and then 5. Right, so we're going back to where we basically was, right? And they turn again.
It's annoying that he's skipping like that.
Right, and they lock on.
No, they didn't. Was the Vindicator holding the angle. If they knew where the player was, they would not be aiming like that. They would turn the camera over here while standing there to have this section of the view at the player to see precisely where they were and how they were standing, which means they would also be focusing the aim in that height. And by going sideways, they would also take the aim here, following the side of the corner all the way around.
And again,
But they are not doing it. And you skip back very quickly. You don't have evidence for anything.
as they turn around, you could argue that they're basically looking again
You could also argue that they are basically just covering the angle, covering the corridor.
directly at the person,
No, you couldn't.
locked onto the person as
No, they're not, because you... Look at this!
you could argue that
You could argue that it's now this angle here of the aimbot.
they're basically looking again directly at.
Looking directly at, like, you're changing the direction they're aiming while they're basically not moving at all. Like, you're fabricating every dance all the fucking time. This is 10 minutes into your video, Joe. I'm done with that clip. I'm done with that clip. You're 0.5? What the fuck? No. There is absolutely nothing there. Okay, so here. Here is something else. What's that? 20% aim assist bluff. Okay, interesting.
0.7 appears to lock on through wall. Maybe.
No, I don't care
Right,
about
so
that.
here's some. Here's
What did it say?
0. Scroll down.
Interesting.
8.
People have been
Right, so
saying aim assist got buffed 20%.
here's some.
Okay, that's interesting.
This is some examples of controller aim assist.
What does controller aim assist have to do with this? It looks
I
janky.
mean, this is fucking. It's insane, honestly.
It looks janky.
Like, console aim assist is broken as fuck, mate. Ain't gonna lie.
That has absolutely nothing to do with wall hack or aimbot.
Like, it's fucking so broken. Like, a lot of this sort of aiming on the console is better than what people could do on a keyboard and
Okay, congratulations.
mouse, like flat out. Like, not even remotely fair.
Congratulations.
Like, close range, just shooting at that when people could move around all over the place. That's just not like human beings try
When people could run all around the place, but they didn't.
to predict where people move, and they make mistakes, especially in close quarters, like ranges like that, like where console controllers just literally there's no skill involved in it. It's completely
And so what, Joe? What does this have to do with the evidence you're showing?
unfair. It is cheating. I think it is cheating.
It's not cheating. It's part of the fucking game. It's not cheating. Doesn't matter if you think it's cheating, it's not. Your thought on the matter are not factual evidence for anything.
Like the lock on moving around targets like that close is it's not easy to do, man.
And so what? It's not evidence of anything, any cheat. You thinking it's cheating does not mean it's actually cheating. It's just your own personal opinion. Your opinion is not factual evidence for anything cheat related.
It's fucking broken, mate.
Yes, it is. It's broken. It's annoying. But that's how it is. Okay, seriously, how long time are you gonna use it for anything? Okay.
even playing the game at that point. So this is example of controller aim assist. So now we're going to watch this guy.
Congratulations.
He's going to take a chunk of damage to the face. He's got a blue auto shotty here. He's at a deficit. He's lost his overshields and he's lost like 40% of his actual shield. He seems to lock on here.
36%.
He goes straight in here and he's basically like always sort of hitting like the edges and swaying left and right.
Yes. He's could you call that crouch jumping? Crouch spamming? While the other person is basically standing in the same size. He's not even aiming for the head or the torso. He's aiming for the waist. If you look at the person, the waist and the arms are the biggest targets. Why would you go up and down when you already have a very huge target right here? No reason whatsoever.
Like he makes no attempt to aim central to mass. And I'm going to say,
Yes, he does. You literally just showed it. I can show it again. Muting. Central to mass. Moving right to get the central of mass. Moving left. I will show that in a slower so I can comment easier on it. Central to mass. Correcting the aim to get central of mass. Now is on mass. Now past the central of mass. Central of mass. Moving left because he was past just before. Is that where you're complaining about it? Did you stop?
hitting like the edges and swaying left and right. Like he
Oh, no, it was not. There came another target, which means he is correcting the aim left and right to hit center of mass.
makes no attempt to aim central to mass. And
I just proved it.
I'm going to say the way he swings left and right, people say, oh, he's on a controller. Well,
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter whether or not he's on a controller. Absolutely not whatsoever.
we've just seen that controller aim assist is way more precise, way more accurate, and I'd
Doesn't matter. You don't need aim assist on controllers. You can activate and deactivate aim assist.
argue that people on keyboard and mouse are going to be way more accurate and way more precise. To be shooting so loosely on the edges
what?
of their weight is way more precise. Like he makes no attempt to aim central to mass. And I'm going to say the way he swings left and right, people say, oh, he's on a controller. Well, we've just seen that controller aim assist is way more precise, way more accurate. And I'd argue that people on keyboard and mouse are going to be way more accurate and way more precise to be.
Huh? You're saying uh, you're trying to say the clip you had just before showing controller aim assist.
Attempt to aim central to mass. And I'm going to say the way he swings
You're gonna say
left and right, people say, oh, he's on a
the way the way he swings left and right, and then people are gonna say, can you decide whether it's you or people?
controller. Well, we've
If he's on controller, people will say he's on controller. You're gonna say
just seen that controller aim assist is way more precise.
we have just seen control. Let's do what he just did. Take this here. We have just seen controller aim assist is way more precise. Joe Blue.
Way more accurate, and I'd argue
Way more accurate.
that people on keyboard and mouse
I would argue that people on KB and M, keyboard and mouse,
are going to be way more accurate.
are gonna be way more accurate.
and way more precise.
And way more precise. So you're using controller aim assist evidence to say controllers is way more precise and way more accurate, while also saying that you would argue people on keyboard and mouse are going to be way more accurate and way more precise.
To be shooting so loosely on the edges of their aim, to me, looks like it's being made to look artificially bad, because this is like platinum.
They're moving, Joe. His enemy is moving. It's an auto shotgun, he's just holding it in.
Rating or whatever, so you'd expect people will be able to know how to aim, and they're also at a deficit.
Nope. You would literally aim down sight. Why?
Platinum edges are going to.
Shut up. Why would you aim down sight? That was a little bit fat. Oh, I can do this here. Okay. Look at the size of the character, right? The size of the character. That's before aiming down sight. This is hip fire. The size of the character. The distance between him and the character. Now, look at the size of the target area. And then look at it now. So we have it. We have it here. This is the size. And as hipfire. Zoom, 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 zoom. This is the target size at S80S. Okay. I proved you wrong. There we go. You would aim down sight.
Lost their overshields, they've lost 40% of their actual shields, and they run into engagement at a deficit with a blue
Are you going to insinuate that because they were at a deficit, they were gonna call pause, timeout, I need more healing?
auto shotty, and he's probably got, I'm not sure what weapon he's got, but he's at a deficit
And he's probably got, I'm not sure what weapon. You cannot make anything out of that whatsoever.
and still wins.
So what? The other guy might actually be at 50% shield. You have no clue whatsoever if he's in a deficit or not. That's you fabricating evidence.
By aiming bad. So let's watch this again,
It doesn't need to be aiming bad, Joe.
but in slow motion.
Oh, I just did that. Prove yourself wrong. That's center of mass. Correcting the aim to hit center of mass is just hitting the shoulder, though. The elbow, actually. And you can see the target of the different bullets being spread out. Correcting his aim to hit center of mass. Now hitting center of mass. Shield broke.
It's like almost there's zero aiming happening.
But it's a spread. You can see here. It's a spread weapon. It's a shotgun, not a rifle. This here is the benefit of a shotgun. See here. Can we get it back? There we go. That's the shot, right? This is where the shot is. Forward. Forward. Frame by frame. And there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pellets. You can literally see, even if he's off target, using a shotgun still spreads over the target. What are you gonna whine about?
Aiming happen here. He's not even aiming. His crosshair never actually changes. He basically crouches up and down, up and down.
You literally just saw him hit the target multiple times on both sides. And now you're saying his crosshair never changes? You are talking against... Okay, I'm done with this here. What else you got? Is this... This here is bullshit, Joe. You're not able to use this for anything because you're only picking things that's gonna support you. How do I know? Because that's what you did up here. You take one reason for, one reason against, and then it calls, okay, that's a 0. Then you go one reason for, one reason against, one reason for, one reason, and you claim no reason against. One, you take the wrong pause. Two, you don't acknowledge the footstep indicators. So you're this here is completely irrelevant. You cannot do 1-to-1, 1-to-1. If there are multiple reasons for why something can happen, then you will not remove them. You will add them if you were acting in good faith. They're completely irrelevant. Oh, you're showing mine.
Human aim is better than that. That pretty much is it.
Wait, what?
But with the information about the medallion in place, so it's a more accurate version of this analysis. So I think it's fair and reasonable.
No, it's not.
I mean, you can say all you want about this not looking like an aimbot.
It doesn't look like an aimbot. You're fabricating evidence.
I mean, I'm not going to go through the reasoning again, but like, I can't
You have absolutely no reason behind it.
argue anyway. It looks like bad
No, it doesn't.
aim, and I just think
No.
human aim is better than that.
You thinking that does not mean it actually is. It can be that he is a horrible aimer and just got lucky. Bushcamp Dad is ranking up insanely fast just by actually camping all the way to second place and then leaving, not dying.
That pretty much is it.
What are you looking at, Joe Blue? That indicator right there, that is your destination. You're keeping it within eye view.
So claim 1 is okay. 1.
No, it's not. Don't write that you're keeping it at eye view. It's not claim. It's not a claim. Because you run towards where you want to go, Joe. Don't write it. Please don't write it.
Keeping marker.
Fuck. He did. He failed.
In this
What was it I said? That indicator.
bad aim, and I just think
Sorry.
human aim is better than that. That pretty much is it.
What are you looking? What are you looking at over there, Joe? That's the question. What are you looking at over there? Looking at Joe Blue. That indicator right there. That's where you want to be going. That is your destination. You're keeping it within eye view.
So,
yes. That's
that
still just fakely aiming over here. You're just.
Is he trying to claim that
the same thing you did with the gaming merchant, saying he's faking his aim over there.
Marker is where a player is that I've.
No, I'm saying that's your destination.
Marked on the map.
I literally told you it's a destination.
At whereabouts a player is.
No, it's the destination.
Even though I have wall hacks.
That indicator right there. That is your destination. Your destination. I said it right there, Joe. I said it right there. I can. Nation, you're keeping it. Destination. Can we do it again? Destination. You're keeping. There we go. Within, okay. You're just.
Is he his point for that?
Still. Okay, come. Still, just fakely aiming over here. You're just.
Is he trying to claim that the marker is where?
You just heard what I said, Joe, and now you're fabricating more evidence. You're not actually listening. You're not listening.
Hacks. Even though I have wall hacks, right? So I'm keeping mark in view. I marked player on.
No. Why are you writing things that's not even said in the video? Oh, I'm done. I'm not going to take this serious. If you cannot actually write down what it is I'm saying without fabricating evidence, then your entire video here is a strawman in itself. Okay. How much are you going to bullshit this? I'm not going to go for that.
that opinion. This is what intelligent human beings do. They explain and they back up their position.
Yo, humans does that. You don't. You just fabricate evidence. I'm not gonna go through this. I'm. This is completely irrelevant.
So Octar's also questioning why this other person is holding the angle and knows the other player is around the corner.
Wait, what? What did you say?
Stated that they had wall hacks. I accused the other player of wall hacks, which you yourself also questioned.
No, I didn't question it, Joe. Are you gonna bring evidence to showing that I question it? And how does that dude know there was a dude around the corner?
So
What did I bring it up as? What did I wrong? Was it that? No. What did I bring it up as? That is 1 hour and 22 minutes. Fucking hell. I hate doing all this shit here because it's so fucking boring proving him wrong. 1 hour and 22. 59. Okay, I will need to do this. Unmute, up again.
dude there and gets a clap. And my original claim was this other guy that's wall hacking.
And how does that dude know there was a dude around the corner?
I know, that's what I'm saying, dude.
Oh, it is? Okay. How does he know there's a guy there?
That was someone who killed the medallion holder earlier, and that was indicated. The medallion is on the ground.
Joe, I'm making a mockery out of you at this point here. Technically, no. I'm questioning your own logic.
How does he know?
That's what I'm telling you, man. How does
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're dismissing actual evidence of the game for your own bullshit. Like you're not saying shit, Joe. You're just speculating, guessing, and making a fool out of yourself by bullshit.
does he know there's a dude around the corner? How does the other guy know there's a dude around the
How he knows? The medallion has not been picked up. The medallion is still there. Someone is ratting the medallion,
corner?
and he calls it pretty obvious aimbot here. Not
Yeah.
really, because that's the same type of thing you're doing with your aim.
I don't go left, right, left, right, left, right,
Okay, Joe.
left, right, and you can't pull it up an example of it either.
You're not pulling up an example of him using wall hacks whatsoever. Like, but let's go back to his final video.
So Locktar's also questioning why this other person is.
No, I'm not, Joe. I'm not questioning why he's actually there. I'm using your why is he's knowing that there's someone there. Because the medallion has not been picked up. We do know now they knew because of the medallion system. No, we don't. You do. The medallion is on the minimap. You can literally see it. You have been able to see it the entire time.
Holding the angle and knows the other player is around the
Jesus
corner.
Christ.
He's agreeing with it.
And what is? No, I'm not. Jesus fuck. Stop saying something that's a lie. If you want people to trust you, stop lying. Stop outright, blatantly lying. That you're saying? I've told you I've used fair use. You're not doing that. This is harassment, bullying, and trolling.
Locktar, can you tell me?
I will attempt to. If you're gonna listen, rather than just fabricate things out of thin air.
What's fair about you copying what I do and then making completely ridiculous claims that have completely reasonable explanations for, and then claim that what you're doing is fair?
I will need that one more time.
So can you tell me what's fair?
What's fair
about you copying what I do.
You know what? Let's do this here. What is fair about you copying?
And then making...
Wait, what? Fair use. You're not doing that. This is harassment, bullying, and trolling.
Locktar, can you tell me
Mm-hmm.
what's fair
What's fair
about you copying what I do?
About you copying what I do.
And then making completely ridiculous...
And then making completely I am sorry if ridiculous. I know that was misspelled intentionally though. Ridiculous claims? Was that what you said? Nej.
or harassing people. It's an argument. Why do you have a player?
Use fair use. You're not doing that. This is harassment, bullying, and trolling.
Locktar, can you tell me what's fair about you copying what I do and then making completely ridiculous claims
So I got that part.
that have completely reasonable explanations for, and then claim that what you're doing is fair?
Ta-da! That's your answer.
How is it fair? You're not arguing against my main position.
Yes, I am.
You're
You're not an anti-cheater. You're doing all this for clout.
not even using the same level of inquiry that I...
Yes, I am. You're just dismissing it as not being there. Why? Because of invincible ignorance fallacy. You are not taking up the opposition as a possibility. How do I know that? Because you're already there being dishonest. In the very beginning of this video, you're already being dishonest.
use, you're making very superficial claims
You're doing the exact same thing.
based on statements.
That is exactly what you're doing. No, but you cannot see it on a 60 FPS replay. You can only see it on 240 as I was playing. You need to trust me. That's what you're doing.
That I use, you're making very superficial claims
Exactly what you're doing.
based on statements,
Your own opinion,
your claims,
your own statements, your own opinion, your own experience. Absolutely nothing else is called anecdotal fallacy. Where was it? I had it. Anecdotal fallacy. There we go. Oh, my eyes. The anecdotal fallacy uses a personal experience or an isolated example instead of a sound argument. That is exactly what you're doing.
and coincidence that some...
Coincidence. Okay. Were you not the one who said you don't appeal to improbabilities? This topic has been logged. Cheaters forcing players to a desktop. I don't appeal to statistical improbabilities. Captain Blue, profile Digital Plague on YouTube. Okay. You don't appeal to statistical improbabilities. However, and that one there. If we then take this one, wait and see, and we take the new aimbot in Fortnite, stored by newest first to give everyone a fair possibility to see all the comments. We find the comment here, 40, make me smell bad. Scroll a little down. We take that one? Yeah, here. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Math. Right twice a day in percentage. You multiply by 100, 8% of the time. Indicating a broken clock is then wrong 22 times of the day in percentage times 100, 91% of the time. 8.3% of the time, he is right. 91.6% of the time, he's wrong. That's to appeal to the small amount of times he is right is to appeal to statistical improbabilities.
Somebody happens to be there. Therefore, because I'm looking around and I'm keeping a certain area in view, and at a later date, a person happens to run by that area, that means I'm using wall hacks. That's
Same can be said about the other ones.
a very weak argument. Why
Same can be said about the other one. You claim they're using wall hack because they're ratting the vault.
do you think that it's fair to use such a poor argumentation
Why I think it's fair to use such a poor argumentation? Treat others the way you want others treating you.
against me to claim that I'm using cheats and claim that what you do is equal to what I do? It
I have just proven to you it is the exact same thing you're doing to everyone else.
isn't equal to what I
You claiming it is not does not mean it is not. That's an anecdotal fallacy.
do. And I'm also not on people's channels or harassing people either.
I'm not on people's channel harassing people. I'm making videos about you, showing you how wrong you are. And if we then go to your channel, yes, you are on people's channels. You are Jack Frack's channels. How do I know that? Because if we go 7 months back, that's too far. Wait, yeah, here. Oh, it's turned to 8. Is Jack Frack cheating? You are on Jack Frack's channel, making multiple videos of him. You are on Rush's channel, making a fanboy compilation about him cheating. You are on Jen Snake's channel. You are on the Gaming Merchant's channel. There's absolutely nothing you can do or say to justify you doing this here to people while complaining, justifiably complaining about this here. My video is called Joke Blerp, proving he is dishonest and a liar, and right now you're doing the very same thing. Literally criticizing your
You're not criticizing me. You are.
Wait, what?
I do. And I'm also not on people's channels or harassing people either.
I went too far back. Literally criticizing your
You're not.
Okay, so I do actually say that I'm criticizing your perspective.
You're not criticizing me. You
Yes, I am, Joe. You saying that I'm not doesn't mean I'm actually not.
are mocking me.
No, I'm not. You have no proof and evidence for me mocking you. I'm mocking your back there with the where was it? Back here when you said he's using wall hack the enemy to know that this guy here is there. That part I'm mocking. Yes. How far was I? No actual argument or genuine criticism.
Correct. You have no
Joe, you agreeing with yourself does not mean that you're right. That's not how it works, Joe. That's not how it works.
genuine criticism. You have no actual arguments, which we've just gone.
Repeating yourself does still not prove you are right. What you're doing by repeating yourself, claiming you are right, is called the illusory truth effect or also validity effect. Is the tendency to believe false information to be correct after repeated exposure. Okay, you have no actual argument or genuine criticism.
Correct. You have no genuine criticism. You have no actual arguments, which we've just gone through step by step. You have no genuine
You're repeating it again.
criticism, and you have no actual arguments.
You have the sentences there. I'm just reading it out loud to indicate what I'm referring to in my next comment. Then you're repeating it twice. You're literally performing the illusory truth effect. Is the tendency to believe false information to be correct after repeated exposure. No? I'm
No,
literally showing you
correct.
right there.
Showing what? What did you show? You
I explained it to you.
just said that person's looking at stuff, and I'm going to say because you're looking at stuff, that means wall hacks. You claim wall hacks because they're looking at stuff, and
That's what you're doing, Joe. Stop blaming me for your actions.
you're looking at stuff, so I can also claim wall hacks. That's the very surface level of his argumentation against me. And you think
No, Joe, my argumentation is that you are doing this type of things here. And that's why I can do that against you.
that's fair? Do you think that's accurate?
Yes, I do. Do to others as you want others doing to you. Treat others the way you want others treating you. There are expressions for it, Joe.
Been through it, and we know that it's clearly not accurate. So
No, you have gone through it. Sorry about that. And that one there. I went through it too. Proved how big of a fraud you are. This here is completely like that has absolutely no relevance whatsoever. This here alone proves you are being dishonest. There are multiple reasons why someone could be looking at a specific position at multiple times. For a little period of time, they were taking a drink. They got a phone call. Their parents called them. A maid came over, fixed a posture. That's what it was called. Wow. Posture on the chair. Right here, for example. What angle? Negated by this one here. That angle.
so what he's saying here is false.
No, you want it to be false, Joe. But you can't prove it is. What you're doing is a double standard.
It's not a double standard.
Yes, it is, Joe. You saying it's not a double standard does not mean that it actually is not a double standard fallacy. That was not the one. What did I have? I have so many of all these fucking things here. 2 seconds. We just do this. It is a double standard, Joe. Judging two situations by different standards, when in fact you should be using the same standard. This is used in argumentation to unfairly support or reject an argument. You are unfairly claiming people are using wall hacks and other types of cheat when you are performing the exact same actions yourself.
You're committing a double standard.
You claiming I'm doing it does not mean I'm actually doing it, Joe.
You are making a facsimile of what I do, and you do not apply the same standard of inquiry as I do.
Prove it. Prove that I don't. Prove that I don't. That's all it takes. Prove that I don't. We are 34. Doing this here with only 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. This here is false misrepresentation. Doing that there, multiple reasons for wall hacks and multiple reasons in this specific situations against wall hack. That is fair use and fair argumentation.
Stuff that means wall hacks. You claim wall hacks because they're looking at stuff, and they're arguing clearly not. It's not a double standard. Do not. What he's saying here is false.
That what you're doing is a double standard.
It's not a double standard. You're committing a double standard. You are making a
As I said, you need to prove it.
facsimile of what I do, and you do not apply the same standard of inquiry as
Then prove it.
I do. So you're using your own standard, a made up standard that
No, I'm not using my own standard. And you need to prove that I use made up standards.
has been used for the purpose of mockery because
You need to prove that, Joe. Burden of proof is on your shoulders. You are not proving anything so far.
think that I do, or that you want other people to think I do. And
No.
it's not.
No, what I want other people to do is realize who you are, truly are as a person, because you are indeed not a good person. You are against Steam support. You are mocking so many support people, so many devs. You are mocking people all over your own gameplays. Your own gameplays are highlighted. Okay, that's a lot of things happening right there. Your own gameplays are highlighted with people being called cheaters. You are running through your own gameplays calling people cheaters. You are indeed not acting in good faith when calling people out. And you are reporting people long before you actually have evidence, things you call evidence for cheating.
an accurate representation of what I do is a
You saying I don't is still not factual correct.
misrepresentation attempt to mock me, and
Prove that it is an attempt to mock you.
it's not criticizing my actual argumentation. It
Prove it, Joe. Don't just say it. Prove it.
is just for the purpose of character assassination.
Character assassination requires that you have a good reputation. Going to Steam, a good reputation is built over time. Going to Steam here, back, and we just do cheater as an example. Cheater. We search your posts on cheaters, and we then go back. 2015, your reputation already piled up. All this here, you're not having a good reputation. People are proving you wrong. People are telling you that you're wrong. People are showing you, and you're even calling random people from a forum for cheaters. Like, you do not have a good reputation. How do I know character assassination happens when the person have a good reputation? Because that's the definition. You cannot change definitions, Joe, for your own selfish gain.
And mockery.
You can claim others are cheating while we cannot claim you're cheating.
You can absolutely claim that I'm cheating.
That's what I'm doing. Based on your own standard, based on the logic you are applying to other people.
But you actually need arguments.
That is what I'm doing. You saying I don't have arguments is the invincible ignorance fallacy, or also called argument of by pigheadedness. It's there. I love that one rather than this one here. This is the refusal to accept a well-proven argument for one of many reasons related to stubbornness. It can also be the refusal to argue about a claim that one supports.
And valid criticism to claim that I am cheating, and you do not
Sorry.
have any. You actually need arguments and valid criticism to claim that I am cheating, and you do not have any.
You claiming I don't have any and not proving it becomes a baseless claim. Let's go through that again. You claiming I don't have any without proving I don't have any makes it a baseless claim. Okay. On the same premise.
It's the same premise, but you have no evidence.
I bring evidence, Joe. You're just dismissing it because you don't like being proved a cheater. Just like everyone else does.
Exactly. You see how he cuts it off. It's the same premise. That's all that matters. Is the same.
Yo. Did you really? No. Jesus Christ. If you didn't catch that, then you're beyond reach.
Same premise. No, I have the premise and I have the evidence. You just have.
Yo, you're just missing the evidence. You're just purely outright dismissing the evidence. You're not listening to the evidence. You're not taking the evidence into account compared to how you are misrepresenting and falsely accusing people. You're not taking it into account because it does not support you. That's why you're doing all these crap things.
Have a premise and you have none of the evidence.
You literally right there. This is a refusal to accept a well-proven argument for one of many reasons related to stubbornness. Literally within that.
That's the difference. That's what makes mine not a breach of TOS and yours a breach of TOS.
If it's a breach of TOS, then report my videos. If they are gone, then it's a breach of TOS. If they are not gone, it's not a breach of TOS.
Because you don't have evidence to your claims. It's slander.
I bring evidence to my claims. You ignore evidence to my claims. You make them out to be something they are not.
And libel. It's a character assassination.
Character assassination requires you have a good reputation. As I just already proved to you, you cannot change definitions as much as you want.
That's the difference, Locktar.
You then the difference is, Joe, you try changing definitions because of you yourself does not stand by the fucking definitions they already do have. Continue. You still haven't provided any argument that what I show isn't cheating from these players. Yes, I do.
Correct.
No. You saying it's correct, what you're writing there is yet again the... Where do we have it? Did I remove it? No, I have it there. The illusory truth effect. Is the tendency to believe false information to be correct after repeated exposure. You're claiming this here is correct is repeating this here. Further.
Exactly. No.
Did you just agree with me that you're wrong about this one? Did you just agree? Jesus Christ, Joe. You still haven't provided any argument that what I show isn't cheating from these players.
Correct.
No.
Exactly. No. Yeah.
You did agree. Okay, so you're agreeing with me that you're wrong about this one here.
I haven't.
Because you're asking me to provide evidence for your lies. Exactly. Why would I require to bring evidence that something is happening when I'm saying it's not? If you go to an atheist and ask them to show that God does not exist. I need to pronounce words correctly. God does not exist. You can just purely point to the sky and say, done. That's all there is to it. You can point to the wall and say, done. There's no God over there. There's no God in the sky visibly right there. That's all it requires. You want us to prove people are not cheating. Let's take a clip. Okay, I need to go in here. I forget about that. Let's take a clip. And 15. I don't think I've seen that. Let's go here. That's not gonna work. Let's go here. We then take... Oh, is that your no footstep indicator?
My eye. So yeah, basically this guy, I only saw him in the corner of my eye.
Okay.
Because he's looking straight at me. It's like he comes across here looking. It's like the guy went across here, and then he's doubled back on himself, and it's like, what?
No, he's looking out through the door to cover his angle. That's all there is to it. Done. I just proved it. He's not cheating. He's just looking out through here. This here, he's looking straight at you. He came from over here, went in, look out here. You say he's looking straight at you. He knows there is a person nearby. So he's covering his angle by looking out through here. He's not cheating. Done. That's reverse burden of truth.
No, it's not. How can it be reverse burden of proof, my friend? If
You're saying that they're cheating. You're asking us to prove they are not cheating. By supporting, by magically needing to support your videos. Done. He's not cheating.
if you're claiming that I am a liar,
I just proved it, Joe. You're blaming he's a cheater, and I just proved he's not.
that my accusations or speculations against other players cheating are lies, and I'm asking you to provide an argument of why I'm lying.
A Christian walks up to an atheist and says, God exists, prove me wrong. The atheist points to the sky and says, no, he doesn't. Done.
In your opinion, you claim is giving me evidence for my lies?
What? It's giving... Wait, what? First burden of truth.
No, it's not. How can it be reverse burden of proof, my friend? If you're claiming that I am a liar, that my accusations or speculations against other players cheating are lies, and I'm asking you to provide an argument of why I'm lying, in your opinion, you claim is giving me evidence for my lies?
That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Joe, you are fabricating evidence to support your lies because you have the agenda that you need to be some sort of hero, the anti-cheater. But I'm not saying anything that is supportive of you bringing evidence for your lies. I'm not bringing evidence for your lies ever. So I don't know what you're on about right now.
No, That's supposed to be disproving my lies, right? If you
I have no idea what you're saying right there. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
were to disprove my argumentation, you'd be providing evidence that
I am Joe. You're dismissing it because you don't like being proven wrong, regardless how many times you are being proven wrong.
I was lying or at least being incorrect, right? Being incorrect or lying if I was doing it with malicious intent, you'd
You are doing it with malicious intent. You are intentionally performing defamation of character.
have to prove intent to prove that I was lying. You'd only be able to prove that I was wrong if you were able to
You can you need to prove that I am mocking you. You don't need to claim it, Joe. You need to prove it.
refute my claims about the player. You would be
You're literally, this is again a sign of double standard. I need to prove that you are lying, intentionally lying. Yet you're just saying that I'm mocking you without proving that I'm mocking you. So it's double standard fallacy, Joe.
be able to prove that I was lying. But if your premise is that I am lying, then you providing a refutation of my argumentation would be at least proving that I'm wrong.
I did, Joe. That's why you banned me. Because you did not like that I proved you wrong. That's all there is to it. You banned me because you don't like being proven wrong. Then I made this account here. I can do better. I can do better. I made this. Stop doing that. I made this account here, proving you are a fraud. You are not who you claim to be. You are fooling around, lying and defaming random people. That's what all this is about. You do not listen to actual criticism. You dismiss evidence that does not magically support your Narnia delusion. And every single time someone says, well, you're wrong, he's not cheating, you're like, baseless claim, baseless claim. Like, okay, that's a lot of things. No, they're not. But he isn't. Like, you're just instantly on the defensive. It makes no sense to peek an area you were already covering when there is a clear shooting coming from the other side. No idea when this is. But you're just instantly dismissing it. Came from the same direction I did. Like, there's no indication that you are honest on your own channel.
And potentially was lying, which would be beneficial to prove your side. You saying
I am. Multiple times. Why do you, Joe? Sincere question. Why do you think I have this entire folder here of evidence against you? I even have this one here. Captain Blue. No honest person would engage in such fallacy. But I literally just proved you're engaging in fallacious behavior, double standard fallacy. You are performing argument by pigheadedness, invincible ignorance, fallacy, behavior. Like, double standard fallacy. I'm proving you are doing all these things, Joe. You yourself have said no honest person would engage in such fallacy. I'm proving with evidence of what you're saying and what you're doing are different things compared to what you claim is actually the truth of your own channel. You are a toxic, manipulative, abusive liar and narcissist. I've proven it over and over and over again, Joe. That is why my channel is still up. That is why my channel here is still ongoing.
no because I don't want to give evidence to your lies makes no sense. You're not going to be giving evidence.
No, I don't want to bring evidence to that God doesn't exist when I say that God does not exist. You say he's a cheater. I'm saying he's not. You need to bring evidence that he's cheating. I simply need to say, nope, he's covering the angle.
To my lies. By you not responding, you're giving evidence to me.
I'm not saying that I don't respond. You're claiming I don't respond. I have multiple evidence that I'm actually responding to your load of crap. I have 58 videos, Joe, showing you that you are wrong multiple times. You claiming I don't respond does not mean I'm not responding.
me that you cannot refute the claims which
You saying that is just further evidence of invincible ignorance fallacy.
you'll then claim is also reverse burden of proof.
What?
Lies makes no sense. You're not going to be giving evidence to my lies. By you not responding, you're giving evidence to me that you cannot refute the claims, which you'll then claim is also reverse burden of proof reversal, even though you're claiming that you don't want to give evidence against the arguments because you're also claiming that's reverse burden of proof
That makes absolutely no sense, Joe.
fallacy. So it's like, no matter which way I'm going to argue it, you're going to claim that it's a reverse burden.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna claim it's reverse burden of proof if you want more proof than this. He's aiming out the door to cover his angle because he can hear someone is there. You saying he's aiming directly at you is a fallacy. That's a lie. Because you have no game sense, you have no game knowledge, you have absolutely no actual fucking skills.
A proof fallacy, when in reality is you're not arguing against my.
Yes, I am, Joe. Fact of the matter is, you cannot handle that people are arguing against you. So you are fabricating evidence. You are dismissing everything they are saying. That is why something like this here is existing. Invincible ignorance fallacy. That right there. That is all there is to it.
Main position, you are engaging in character assassination, which is
Character assassination, we already went over it. It requires that you have a good reputation. All the times you have been on Steam calling random people cheaters means you do not, in fact, have a good reputation.
an ad hominem attack.
No, you calling me Loctard. You calling me Loctard when my name is Loctar is an ad hominem attack. My name up there shows that you are in fact adding letters that are not existing in my gamertag. You doing that right there with the D, right there with the D, is in fact ad hominem attack. You saying I cannot use logic is an ad hominem attack on my intelligence. So you are in fact doing the very thing you yourself complain that I'm doing. That's a double standard fallacy. No honest person, quoting Joe Blue, digital plague, indeed a plague. Captain Blue, Joe Blue, digital plague. No honest person would engage in such fallacy. No honest person, Joe. You are engaging in fallacious behavior. You are admitting to everyone that you are indeed a dishonest person. Reverse burden of proof, not truth. Reverse burden of proof, fallacy. A reversal of burden of truth is when the person.
Reversal of the burden of proof is when the person making the assertion.
Why do you need to pause when I'm already reading it out for you? It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Irrationally claims that it's up to others to disprove their assertion rather than up to them to support it. Example, person A, I have a tattoo on my back. Let's go and read the example. Let's go and find this example. The reversal of the burden of proof is when somebody makes an affirmative claim and thinks that their claim is justified. Have I made an affirmative?
Yes, you did. 15. If you just say 15. And we go to, stop. We go to that section there.
So yeah, basically this guy, I only saw him in the corner of my eye. He's looking straight at me.
That's an affirmative claim. He is looking in the direction you are. So you're claiming he's looking directly at you. Affirmative claim. Affirmative claim includes medical care, recovery, and property damage claims filed. There we go. Law Insider. Affirmative claims means a claims for cost and expensive of administration. That's not the same. Claims that have been timely filed before the administrator. Because usually that are definition. Affirmative claim means a written demand, including but not limited to lawsuit, petition, demand for arbitration, demand for medication institute by 2 seconds. If we take it down and just do it as it actually is, affirmative. When we say something is affirmative, it means we are supporting certain facts or evidence, certain facts or ideas. You want him to be aiming directly at you, so you're claiming he's aiming directly at you and going with that. So yes, you made affirmative claims.
An affirmative claim and thinks that their claim is justified. Have I made an affirmative claim?
I just explained it.
Have I said this person is absolutely cheating, or have I always stated there could be a chance that I'm wrong, but
No. It doesn't matter if you have stated it, Joe. It doesn't absolutely matter if you have stated you could be wrong. Fact of the matter is, you're claiming you're right all the time.
I'm arguing in favor of likelihood? So have I made
No. You're literally arguing in favor of statistical improbabilities. You are appealing to statistical improbabilities.
an affirmative claim? I don't think I've ever made an affirmative.
All your claims are affirmative because you claim they are doing something they are not, based on your own point of view that this must be true.
Claim, unless it was a knee-jerk reaction because I was really annoyed.
No, all your videos here.
My general
You being annoyed actually just discredits your validity for being an anti-cheater.
argumentation would be I argue for likelihood and probability of being correct, but it doesn't mean I am correct, and I can
No, you have been proven wrong so many times. That is why I have this entire channel.
be wrong, and I have said that on many occasions.
I don't care how many times you have said it, Joe. You are not accepting that you're wrong, regardless. How do I know you're not accepting it? Because you yourself is making you being wrong into a joke. That is why you are not accepting it. How do I know you're not accepting it? 23, 23.1, 23.2. You are not accepting being wrong. You're making excuses of being wrong, and
So
they're
not
still
making
right.
an affirmative claim and thinks that their
Yes, you have.
claim is justified as long as nobody else can prove that it is false. I've never
That is why you are also performing invincible ignorance fallacy. You are refusing everyone, proving you wrong.
said that either. I've always said that, as I said at the beginning,
Yo, I literally just proved it.
an argument is only considered to be true as long as nobody can actually argue against it, but
Everyone are arguing against your claims for people cheating, and you are denying it.
it could be proved wrong at a later date. That's how it goes. In reality, the person who makes an affirmative claim must provide evidence and/or arguments to support the claim in order to be justified. And I
No, you have not, Joe. Stop claiming you have, because every single time someone claims you are not, you dismiss it.
have provided evidence and arguments to support my claim. Therefore, it is justified.
No, it's not justified, Joe. Harassment, defamation of character, and bullying, cyberbullying even, is not ever justified, regardless how many times you repeat yourself.
Even if it is not correct, a justification for doing something doesn't necessarily mean that we
Keeping videos up, as you're doing right here, is never justified when you then multiple times again have been proven wrong, and you are then censoring the comment section.
you're doing is necessarily right. It just means you have a justification
No, it does not, Joe.
for doing so. I've
No.
supported my claims with
Yeah, your claims are lies. Your claims are defamation of character. Your claims are accusations. Defamation of character is illegal. Accusations is illegal. You are performing illegal acts.
arguments and evidence to justify my position. I have done
Yeah, okay. Stabbing someone and saying, well, he kicked me in the balls. Is that justifying? No, it's never going to be justified, Joe. What you're doing is never going to be justified just because you wanted to.
done that. So I can't be doing a reverse burden of proof because I
Because what? Because you
have argued and evidenced and justified my position, even
doesn't matter. The moment you want us to say that he's not cheating and then saying 15. And then we say here, and then we say, well, he's just logging out, and you dismiss that. The moment this happens, which it has multiple times, the moment this happens and you dismiss it, you're not doing this here, and you're then performing reverse burden of proof.
if it's wrong, I've still justified my position. People often
Doesn't matter. Absolutely does not matter, Joe. Because you're not accepting that you're wrong. If you're wrong, your videos becomes accusations and defamation of characters. The moment that happens, your channel is breaching TOS.
try to reverse the burden of proof in order to avoid having to admit that they can't actually justify their claim.
And there it is. And now you're going to claim that you have justified it, blah, 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 blah. I have multiple times just proven you that you do not
have justified my claim. So again,
predict it,
Locktar here is falsely
misrepresenting and changing definitions of what they are, Joe. That is your best weapon.
attributing these fallacies onto
You saying I'm falsely attaching these fallacies, or what was it, contributing?
here is falsely attributing
Attributing? It's called attaching if I'm not mistaken. Sorry. You saying that I'm falsely attaching these to you while you desperately try and change the definitions of what they are. That is indeed a fallacy by itself. But according to you, no honest person would engage in fallacious behavior. So you are, by yourself, a dishonest person. Thank you. This video has been far too fucking long. Jesus Christ. And I'm not even done with it. And he's cherry picking what I'm saying. So there's no reason to continue this load of crap here. This here is a 1 hour video long. My video is 1 hour 40. Jesus fucking Christ. I am sorry. I'm so sorry. I am so fucking sorry. This here took way too long. I will add this in the beginning too, saying that I'm fucking apologizing because Jesus fucking Christ. He's so dishonest in everything he's doing.